All right, hey guys, Modern Wildman here. Hey, I wanted to jump on real quick and do a quick decoy review video here. I'm pretty excited. So this is late season ducks is still open. We've got like a week left of duck season here, and we've got a lot of geese in the area, and our Canada goose season is going to run for a while longer. And I really enjoy hunting geese over water. You get those big birds coming in committed, feet down, cupped up, and it's just exciting. It's a lot of fun. And so when I saw that Rogers had a special on the Final Approach HD, let's see what we got here. Final Approach HD honker floaters. I was pretty excited about it. So I got a 6-pack here. In the description it said they were painted decoys. So to be honest, I expected plastic painted heads, or just the black plastic heads. I was pleasantly surprised. These have the flocked heads. So anyway, I'm going to give you a quick look at them. And if you're into Canada goose late season or early season for that matter, but you're looking for some floaters, hey, maybe these are the decoy for you. So pop this box open here, and compact plastic like that. Tear one open. So I really like the carve on these. Get a look here. A nice dark tail. The back's not super high on these, but it's not real flat either. There's your keel, and it's got a hole here, cap filled with sand there, I'm guessing. So you get a look at the paint scheme on them. There's the breast, so let's find a head to put on this guy. And we've got one here. It's kind of, oh, there's the honker. So this guy, these come, there's the honker head. You can get a look at that. And pop that guy in there. So there's what he looks like. I will say they're not hard plastic. There's a little bit of, if you can see that, there's a little bit of give there. But I will say that where the keel attaches to the bottom of that decoy, that is pretty thick. So I'm not too worried about that. You know, there's not a lot of flex in it, so I'm not worried about that tearing on me and getting a leaky decoy there. So I happen to have right here a ruler. So for you guys that are interested, let's do a tail to breast. So the end of the tail out to the breast, about 22 inches. The bottom of the decoy, so the part that's going to be in the water, 16 inches. And then across the widest point of the decoy here is about 11 inches. So that gives you an idea how big they are. Definitely not the lightest goose decoy on the market, which is not bad, maybe not good. Just an observation that, you know, compared to some of the EVA or inflatables or something like that. But I will say that this decoy seems like it's well built, tough. I haven't had them on the water yet, so I don't want to promise anything. Yeah, we've got the looker honker here. Let's see what other heads we got. Looks like we got a rester. So there's a rester, and this is the 6-pack. Well, there's another rester. I think they're probably the same, a little bit different. Okay. So these are flocked. These heads are flocked. and then the white patches are painted. I really like that beak detail. If you get them in close enough to figure out that that's not a real goose, they ought to be close enough to shoot them. So also got another rester and another. Okay, here's a looker that's not a honker, so he's got a closed beak. All right, and then I had this one. When I first got him, I couldn't stand it. I had to pop one out. So there's a, I think they call that the drinker. You know, he's got his neck bent back where he's getting a drink there. So that's the 6 positions. And for you guys that maybe you're new into waterfowling, or maybe you haven't hunted geese over water, maybe you hunt them in the field, maybe you don't hunt geese at all and you want to get started, I'll show you the way I like to rig my goose floaters, but that's total preference. So I'm a Texas rig duck floater guy for sure. I love Texas rigs. For me, that's one thing that has changed the game so much. Is, you know, back in, we used to wind the cord and wrap the keel weights, and your hands were wet clear up to your elbows when you're picking up decoys, and you put them in a bag and they get all tangled up. And you know, the Texas rig I actually like. I make my own steel cable, coated steel cable rigs. But for these guys, where I hunt, there's some deeper water. We may have to use a kayak or a canoe or a boat to put out or pick up decoys, or maybe sometimes we can wade out and reach out with some kind of a hook or a grab or whatnot. But we also do hunt some skinny water. So depending on where the geese are at, I want that versatility to be able to hunt on the X if I can get there. So what I'm going to put on these 6 decoys to start with is this type of, this is a 4 ounce, so really high wind, I may wish I had a 6 ounce, we'll see. That's a 4 ounce J hook. It's got a rubber bungee on it, okay? And this is a decoy line, bank line. It's not tarred, but it's a heavy line. I think it's like a 150 pound test, maybe 200 pound test, something like that. And then I really like these heavy surf swivels. So I don't know if you can see that, but tie those on. So that's a 6 foot cable, cord, line, whatever you want, however you want to call it. What I like about these, I haven't got one yet, but I plan on getting a 6 slot goose floater bag to put these in. And one thing I do like about these is I can rig up lines on the front or the back. So I'll probably do half on the front, half on the back. That way, when the wind's blowing, they're not all looking the same direction, looking like they're getting ready to take off. So I can pop this this surf swivel onto this decoy here. So there that is, and then we just start wrapping. Now it's got this keeper right up here on the front of this keel. So if I decided that we're going to hunt skinny water, maybe that's all the cord that I need, what I can do is just bring my cord in there, hook it like that, and now I've got about half the cord out. And this decoy then is not going to float clear back and get into the other decoys and mess up my spread. And to store these then, I've got these about the right length to where then I can grab this bungee. Now this bungee is actually going to give that decoy some more action when it's on the water. So it's going to pull on that bungee, and then the bungee is going to pull back, and hopefully you get a little wind, some wave action, move those decoys around. You know, that's a big deal when you're waterfowling. But these have a little cable, little finger cable there on the end of that J hook, so I can pull that down, hook it right there on that keel. This can go in a 6 slot bag, and we're ready to rock and roll. So anyway, Final Approach HD series, honker floaters, painted decoys, flocked head. Pick these up at Rogers, and hopefully in the next week or two we're going to get out and get on some Canada geese, some late season hunting. I hope you get out too. Enjoy the outdoors.